Every time I would go to the dentist's office, the hygienist would compliment me on how great I was at brushing. There was really no plaque film for them to scrape off, and yet the x-rays would come back and I would have another cavity. It drove me absolutely insane. I asked dentists multiple times what was going on because it didn't make sense to me how I could be great at brushing and yet still end up with cavities. And that went on throughout my entire teens and early 20s. The dentist would usually shrug and say, oh, try and floss more, brush more. They really would have nothing to say to me, which was so frustrating because I thought, hey, you're the expert. Why aren't you helping me with this? And I began to be really disillusioned with dentistry as a whole profession because it felt like I was just doomed to live this cavity cycle no matter what I did. If you're one of those people, I want you to know there is actually a solution. And I didn't discover it until I was on a second date with my husband. I was kind of asking him about his business and what he did, and he was telling me all about this epic xylitol gum. And I had never heard the word xylitol in my life. No dentist had ever mentioned it any time I asked the question about what to do with my cavities. He explained the science behind it and I was blown away. So I shared my story with him about how frustrated I was, and he promptly drove me to the warehouse of his office and loaded me up with gum and said, I want to make sure I never see you with any other brand of gum again because this is what you need. And I've been amazed at the results that it's had. I no longer get that sweaters on my teeth. They feel slippery smooth. They feel clean all of the time. And I've been able to make cavities a thing of the past. And that has been such a huge stress reliever. So for me to know that I've got a tool that I can use for my entire family to make sure we're killing off cavity causing bacteria that brushing is not going to solve. No amount of brushing is going to get rid of the bad strains of bacteria, but xylitol actually selectively kills them off. So now we're able to have a cavity-free family because we have the right tools to solve the problem.